Hey fellow Cartoon Network fans! So as you may know, since last August of this year, Adult Swim has been airing Checkered Past, an early evening Monday to Friday block within a block dedicated to showing nostalgic Cartoon Network originals. You can argue if this is a great idea for them to be doing this Nick's Block style route that will inspire a new generation of fans for these beloved shows, or it's bad because it means the main Cartoon Network now has less breathing room to even premiere more fresh original programming, but in any case, Checkered Past proved to be a hit with us animation nerds. Surrounded by some awesomely artistic bumpers, the box lineup currently consists of 4 bona fide classics: Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed and Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I know a few other A-list Cartoon Network classics such as Johnny Bravo and The Good Powerpuff Girls, happy 25th anniversary by the way, are not a part of the block as of yet, but this is not a bad starter pack at all. Naturally, I was especially happy that Billy and Mandy is part of the lineup, because it seems like Cartoon Network has realized their comments about kids nowadays not being aware of the show due to a lack of reruns, and using that as justification for them passing on Maxwell Adams' pitch for a revival movie was a bunch of nonsensical bull. Not to mention, I love the irony that Billy and Mandy is now airing on a block whose president once accused it of hurting Cartoon Network's image for being a quote-unquote kid who fart cartoon. Well, now that all seems to be water under the bridge between Maxwell Adams and Michael Owoli. As for official words on whether or not Checkered Past will diversify its roster of shows, Adult Swim said at a New York Comic Con panel in October that they're, quote, sticking with these 4 right now, but hinted that an expansion isn't impossible. Now we have confirmation that there will be more shows added to the block at the beginning of December. As you can probably guess from the title of this video, one of those shows happens to be none other than the most criminally underrated Cartoon Network gem of all time, Con Carne.
Children of the world, soon you will learn to love me.
Also, both Cow and Chicken and the standalone season of Am Weasel, a rarity in its own right, are part of that same schedule for December 1st as well. But you know me, being the huge Con Carne nut that I am, that show being included is what most of my joy levels are reserved for. Like many of you, I was hoping for more Cartoon Network classics other than Courage, Dexter, Eds, and Billy and Mandy to show up on Checkered Past, with Con Carne naturally being one of my top candidates, alongside fellow underrated gems Sheep in the Big City. When I first heard on Instagram about it coming to Checkered Past, no joke, I dropped an F-bomb saying, yeah, I was that ecstatic. Between this and Cartoon Network having the show available to purchase digitally for over 5 years now, hell, it's even available on more platforms than Billy and Mandy, I absolutely appreciate these sporadic signs that they still care about this forgotten masterpiece in spite of it being the lesser half of Grim and Evil. Of course, because there are only 13 half hours worth of Con Carne, nobody should expect it to be a permanent fixture on Checkered Past's schedule, but anyway, the fact that it's officially aired on Cartoon Network at all for the first time in 10 years is a pure blessing. Emphasis on officially. I'll get into why in a moment. As I mentioned earlier, Con Carne, along with the David Feiss duo, is aired on December 1st, 2023, so appropriately, they're going to show the holiday-themed episodes. Cow and Chicken never really had a proper Christmas episode, contrary to what that one compilation DVD may imply, so we're doubling on IR Baboon. But once again, Hector and company are our main focus today. Christmas Con Carne, an annual watch for me ever since I first got into the show, is going to be shown during the half hour that also contains Max Courage and the Time Hole incident. Although, Christmas Con Carne is essentially an I Am Weasel reunion, since we got Weasel's voice actor Michael Dorn playing Rupert the Green-Nosed Reindeer, and Baboon/Red Guy/Cow/Chicken's voice actor Charlie Adler as the snowman narrator. As I alluded to one paragraph ago, believe it or not, this technically isn't going to be the first time Con Carne aired as part of Checkered Past. I expressed my excitement for this already in the community tab, but last October, a day after Cartoon Network's 31st anniversary, Adult Swim made the delightful slip-up of airing an episode of Grim and Evil instead of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. So naturally, that meant Con Carne was a part of the broadcast. And if that wasn't amazing enough, this wasn't just any episode of Driven Evil. This was one from the additional season whose existence I made 3 videos going in depth about nearly 5 years ago. Since none of those extra 13 episodes seem to ever air on American television, only be made available on demand for a couple of years, the unofficial CN Schedule's Twitter page notes that the surprise broadcast of episode 16 marks a national premiere, so this is one hell of an addendum to my Truth About Driven Evil documentary. I swear, with the 5th anniversary of it coming soon, I ought to do a video collecting all the noteworthy updates that have come up since the project concluded. 10 years earlier, Evil Con Carne was last shown on Cartoon Network as part of the Cartoon Planet revival in 2013. As Jason the Cartoon fan told me, the last episode of the show to air that year was one of my personal favorites, The Trouble with Scarina, which ends with General Scar essentially blown up to death. Well, now he and the rest of the Con Carne crew are back from their meeting with Grimm thanks to Adult Swim. Overall, I'm super glad my little fantasy of seeing the show air with the Adult Swim logo bug in the corner came true. Of course, Billy and Mandy and Kurt the Cowboy Dog are both Cartoon Network classics containing dark content brave enough to get past the censors, thus the new PG ratings are understandable. Although here in Canada, Billy and Mandy was always rated PG. And let's not forget that Driven Evil was even a regular fixture on Teletoon's adult-oriented block The Detour for a while. But I'd argue Evil Con Carne is just as mature with its themes and a bit more freaked up with its concept as its sibling, which plays a part in why it was never as successful in comparison. I mean, for God's sake, the show is about a playboy who was assassinated by a fist. Not to mention Scar gives off certain vibes, if you know what I mean, and I could go on about the sexuality involved in Major Dr. Gasway, but I think these 2 videos I edited up will summarize what I'm talking about.
Oh, Hector, you beast!
In any event, I obviously encourage you to support this upcoming airing of Evil Con Carne on Checkered Past this December 1st, whether you are already a fan or feel interested in sampling it for the first time. While not guaranteed, I'm hoping the more people who watch it live on TV, the more it can inspire a new boost in popularity for the show. Fortunately, in the past few years, Evil has already been getting more and more recognition thanks to some posts on the internet receiving a great amount of traction, but you know, it can grow even bigger. Hector, Boskov, Scar, and my lovely waifu Gasway could use all the love they need. Oh yeah, and watch Cow and Chicken and Am Weasel too, I guess. And Adult Swim, maybe this means it's about time you do an Evil Con Carne parody sketch on Robot Chicken, eh? You did it for Billy and Mandy already, and if you can reference a deep cut classic like Brace Face, surely you can come up with something that perfectly lampoons this obscure children's cartoon about a terrorist organization. The sky's the limit. So that wraps up this obligatory rambling. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about the news of Evil Con Carne receiving more recognition from Cartoon Network this way. Also, what are some classic CN originals you wish to be featured on Checkered Past? For me, as I implied earlier, I'd love to see the even more forgotten Seven Big City return in reruns, since it's been, what, 20 years since it last reran? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, subscribe for more nerdy crap like this, hit the bell so you won't miss them, and leave a brain emoji in the comments to confirm that you watched this video until the very end. Thanks for watching and take care.